listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
The year was 2019. For the first time ever, I spotted the impossible, a Nintendo Switch on the shelf of Best Buy. With my new console in hand, the next question was what to play. I thought back to the games that I missed out on when I was just but a PS1 youth. Then the image of a spiky-haired man with a giant sword came to mind. Nearly 22 years after its original launch, I experienced Final Fantasy VII for the first time. And as a first-timer, the game was nothing but exciting, engaging, and even heartbreaking. Since then, I've gradually acquired many of the mainline entries and a handful of their spin-offs, graduating from a curious casual to a full-blown fanboy. I've dived into the Final Fantasy mythos both inside and outside of the games. Through podcasts, movies, strategy guides, I've really latched on to anything I can get my hands on. But what more could I do for a series that proved since its inception that video games weren't just mindless entertainment? I've had the idea for creating content around the series for quite some time, and I've wanted to join the Final Fantasy community with open discussions, vlogs, and podcasts, and potentially more. Speaking of the community, if you were to ask a Final Fantasy fan, what is Final Fantasy? What do you think they would say? Is it the epic stories? The music? The gameplay? The potential to sink over 100 hours into a single entry? There's a lot that makes this series special. Each entry is its own story, characters, world, and gameplay. It's a series that, in my opinion, is very unique and that it won't run out of ideas as it tries to string along various characters through numerous stories. You don't have to know what happened at the end of 7 to understand 8's story. Are you into fast-paced action games? Try 15 or 16. Are you looking for something strategic, methodic, like a chess game? Try 7 or 8. Want something that's a little bit in between? Try 12 or 13. Whether my fellow Final Fantasy fans agree with these analogies, there's no denying that newcomers can literally jump into the series from any point. For the very nature of this series is change and reinvention, not something that many other video game series can do. So, whether you're an old fan or a new one, I hope that you will tag along as I figure out what it is that I can bring to the Final Fantasy community. Through visiting the classics, the underrated, and the newer entries. This is how Final Fantasy will survive.